to the Oil Stream. The Edmonton Oilers are still alive. It's the Oil Stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. Check out the Boston Pizza playoff menu. It's absolutely delicious. Tommy and I were there Friday, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And they brought a bunch of the different stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
And those damn pepperoni matzo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to go to a BP's to watch some playoff hockey, you got to try those.
Oh, yeah.
And then when Godfather and I were back, like when we came back later that night, my plan was to totally get those again. But then we were both really hungry. I said, let's just get a large meteor. Mm-hmm. And we went to town on the old meteor. That pizza never stood a chance with the Godfather and I. Like, that thing was done.
It's a staple.
It was gone just like that.
Part of the playoff menu that I am just in love with is the Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Yeah, you've talked about that a couple of times. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said it's absolutely delicious.
It is everything that you ever wanted from a Philly cheesesteak pizza, and then some.
So that's good news.
It is great news.
Check out the playoff menu and excellent Hockey Gods promotions that BP's is running through the playoffs. And hey, looks like they might get to extend it a little bit further in the postseason. We'll see what happens in Game 6. We'll start to take a look ahead to Game 6, but there's obviously lots to get to coming out of last night's game. First of all, Tommy, how was the postgame last night?
Very good vibes. Very good. I was happy just for Oil Country. Live another day. Get a chance to fight again tomorrow. No, like weird people, like I said last night on Oil Stream postgame, but nobody doing weird things.
People.
Weird people, but not doing weird things, which I appreciated. Now, we had probably normal people game 1 at Ice House doing weird things. Example,
a few different variances. Yeah.
A lady getting absolutely annihilated, dancing on the stool, making out with the guy beside her, licking the face of the guy on the other side of her, ordering a mac and cheese, and then subsequently throwing it on one of those guys beside her.
Did she throw it on the one she was kissing or the one that she was...
Great question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm curious about.
Do you like the guy that you're kissing, or do you like the guy that you're licking his face? Who wins in that situation? Ladies, enlighten us. That's a tough one. She had to be thrown out.
Oh, really?
Just like her mac and cheese.
Didn't see that.
I did. It was right in front of me.
Didn't see them throwing her out when she was licking faces and randomly making out with strangers.
She was wild, man.
So that wasn't the case last night.
No, last night the vibes were really good. Everyone was in a super good mood, and they kept it in check, which was great. So, and actually talking to security, they said that fights were down.
Oh, that's positive.
Very positive.
I didn't see anything. Well, I don't follow Yegwave anyway.
Nor should you.
So I don't. I was going to say I didn't see anything, but I don't know. I didn't even look.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't really care.
It's not a good place. It doesn't promote the best in our good community. And it also, I think they have one in Calgary. It just points out the worst generally, and that's too bad.
All right, if you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us, sub to the channel if you haven't already. We would love to have you. And if you are listening on TuneIn or iHeart, of course, remember you can text us at 780-218-9999. I think we do start the Oil Stream today with this. Just picture Knobber in the room. Are we going to let these quack Fs take us down? You know what? I can't picture that.
No.
I can't picture him in the room.
It's a weird one.
Doing that, but I sure hope he does get. Fired up like that. That would be good.
That was a talking point yesterday. I was on with Locker and Jamie Nye out in the Green Zone. Yeah, good show, good guys. And they were asking about Knobloch and getting frustrated at his tact post game. And listen, we're all accustomed to it. How he doesn't get all fired up or anything like that. People are like, why doesn't he get angry during these
Locker
post-game?
Must have been furious.
Locker was a little bit fired up.
Okay, gets fired up.
And I said, I understand. I really do. You want to see emotion from him. And really the only time we saw public emotion from him, I thought, was when they came out of the Olympic break and Paul Coffey was added to the bench and things weren't going well early. And then obviously things started to go well and he seemed more calm. But that's not to say that he doesn't get fired up in the right moments when the cameras and the microphones aren't around. And maybe he picks and chooses his spots very meticulously. Now, the other thing that I think is kind of cutthroat is benching Trent Frederick as a healthy scratch. And you'll recall Trent Frederick had the giveaway that led to the OT goal the other night.
Yeah.
That's how about that for being like vicious?
He should have been scratched though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's one way to send a message. You don't have to rip a guy's head off or scream at him. You just say, you know what?
Just handle it in that fashion instead.
You've made a huge mistake. You ain't playing next game, big boy.
Yeah, I guess he goes about it his own way, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's never going to make everybody happy.
No,
I
clearly.
think that's probably pretty clear by now. But managed to get it done last night. Tommy, what was the general reaction like on postgame? What was the vibe? Like, was the vibe like, phew, okay, they didn't get eliminated, or was the vibe like, okay, they're back?
Yeah, there was a lot of that, which is good. But again, and Belzy pointed this out. Reed did too. I am with the guys 100% on this. Tomorrow's game is an even steeper hill to climb.
Yeah, I said last night, I said, like, they played good tonight, but they're going to have to play better to finish this team off.
Right. I think, like last night, going into the game, I'm like, they're going to try to empty the tank. Whatever they have left, they're going to put it all out there. And they did. And the result was perfect. Great start. Built up a 3-goal lead instead of a 2-goal lead. And then when the Ducks got the 1 goal from Killorn to cut that lead, Edmonton responded pretty quickly after that.
That was important.
Huge. That was excellent. And then obviously the crowd was fantastic yesterday in the building. I think that helped, provide some energy absolutely for the Oilers, to a detriment to the Ducks for sure. Now you're going to be going up against all that stuff tomorrow in Anaheim. So you're right. It is going to be tougher.
What was the biggest positive outside of the win, you think, coming out of that game last night?
Them dictating a lot of the play, especially the first period and a bit. Anaheim obviously pushed back and outshot them. I think Edmonton was doing it. I thought they did a decent job of protecting the lead in the third period. Reed and I kind of got into a disagreement over that. But
okay, sorry, disagreement over what? I was
how they protected the lead in the third. You did a great job, by the way.
Yeah, I was just typing
very
that
symmetrical.
up. Yeah, thanks, man.
I was
I'm
watching.
trying my best. I mean, couldn't.
No, you did great.
Over a little bit, but I think we're okay.
You did a great job.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
No, thanks. That means a lot, Tommy.
Good teammate.
Confidence level's really high right now, Tommy. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's
so you guys
what
are
we're
disagreeing over the way they protect the lead in the third?
Yeah, he didn't like it because he thought they allowed Anaheim to get some opportunities. Obviously, volume amount of shots favored the Ducks, but from what I was watching, I was like, okay, they are doing everything they can to make the Ducks come back 200 feet. Was it perfect? No. But considering how poorly the Oilers can and have played defensively, especially this round and at times this season, that to me was a better display of defensive hockey from them protecting the lead.
I think I'd probably fall somewhere between the two of you. Like, I think it's probably
yeah.
Was it perfect? No. If you were to play like that again, could it come back to bite you in the butt? There's a chance, but it wasn't as if they were under fire with grade A's over and over and over again. Now, this text comes in from Eden, and of course you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. We'll get to what I thought was the most positive thing coming out of last night's game here in a second. But Eden says, hey boys, am I unreasonable to blame the coaching for how the Oilers played in the second and third? I get that they needed to be smart, but they looked like the Kings out there. Oil flip it out to the neutral zone, Ducks roar back in. Is that a coaching thing? Did Knobloch not say after the game that it wasn't like doesn't want them to see them sit back?
I think he had a comment about like continuing to go pedal to the metal. And that, I think everybody would love to see that, just more, right? Like fire it up, keep going, don't stop. If that was his message and the coaching staff's message to the group to keep pushing, we certainly didn't see that. And then the other thing too, if that was the ask from the coaching staff and we didn't see it, how much of it is these guys are out of gas? I think that's a fair question to ask.
Probably a little bit. Yeah. Once again, probably a little bit of both.
Could be a little bit of both.
In that situation. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. Here's my biggest positive from the game last night is that Evan Bouchard was the best player on the ice.
That was good.
I thought he was the reason they won that hockey game last night.
Great plays.
He made some of the plays that he made, and I would not have voted for him to win the Norris Trophy, so don't think I'm some sort of big homer here, but I got to call it how I see it. And the play he made on the Podkolzin goal was a ridiculous feat.
That was beautiful.
The play he made to Draisaitl
That was scary.
is even a thought process for maybe 15% of defensemen in the National Hockey League on the redirect, like the shot pass.
Oh, yeah.
That
yeah.
one. The third one was,
That was
I mean,
a scary
Bouchard,
one.
a bit in a nutshell. But in that moment, his calmness very much rewarded him, even though, I mean, the bobble might have actually helped him not get his pocket picked there. He manages to keep it in, walks the line beautifully, dishes it off. McDavid goes to Draisaitl. Like I thought Evan Bouchard was excellent last night. That is by far his best playoff game of these playoffs. I think it's a top 5 playoff game. I know he didn't score a goal, but I think it's a top 5 playoff game all time for him. He had some jump in his own end as well. Like he was playing relatively physical. Now I tweeted this morning, which like we were going over the 3 stars today. And I'm sitting here going, Bouchard's the best player on the ice last night. He wasn't even one of the 3 stars. It was Draisaitl, it was Ingram, it was Podkolzin, and they all had nice games. So I tweeted today, I said, it blows my mind that Bouchard wasn't the first star of the game last night. Somehow he wasn't a star at all. Best player on the ice, it wasn't even close. So here's some of the replies, just, so how Bouch things go.
I can't wait.
It's all over the place. Dean says, this is almost comical. This happens on a nightly basis. And now you're seeing it? Too funny. Joshua says, I can't really imagine he cares. This one says, great defense goes unnoticed, but unappreciated quite often. This one says 100% agree. He was peak playoff Bouch. Incredible patience on 2 of the goals. This one says 3 defensive zone giveaways may have had something to do with it. It just amazes me that Oilers fans refuse to watch Bouchard in his own end. Do you all go for a beer or something? This one says 100% what a pass to Pods, and that blue line keep in was unbelievable. This one says, I think he sucks. He's so lucky he didn't fumble the puck at the blue line, to which a bunch of people replied to that person's text. And now they're in a little bit of a battle.
Oh, I hate those.
So it was all over the place. But for the first time in this series, Evan Bouchard was the best defenseman on the ice.
That was good.
Up until this point,
Great.
Lacombe was the best player on the ice.
Yep.
If Evan Bouchard can play like last night, like he did last night, for the next 2 games, I think the Edmonton Oilers very likely win this series. Like, I think that's how good he was last night. Think about the offense.
That was fantastic. He played fantastic.
75% of their offense only comes because of plays that Evan Bouchard made.
Last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan in the Nasty Chat says, a Norris-worthy performance. Yeah, and guess what? The game before was a performance worthy of a send down to the AHL. And that's the dichotomy of Evan Bouchard. But I'm glad he emptied the tank and showed what peak Bouchard can do offensively. Sometimes he plays good defense. But more of that, please. Can you channel that for tomorrow? Can you be aggressive in the defensive zone? Can you be smart? That was great. It was awesome.
Got to run that back.
But the consistency of it is the frustrating part, because some days it's amazing like last night, and other days it's awful where people were hating on him hard post game after game 4. They're firing him into the sun.
I thought he was even worse earlier in the series than game 4, in my opinion. But by far his best game of the series, best player on the ice, I think, for either team last night. And we'll see if they're able to build off that. And we saw last year against the Kings. Couple awful games, made a big play in an important game, kind of got them back into that series. And then he was pretty darn good for the rest of the playoffs. So we'll see if last night's game is kind of a turning point for Bouchard early in these playoffs as well. Let's get to your Popeyes spicy headlines. Brought to you, of course, by Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Actually, Furby from Popeyes was texting me today. He was, what's he? Yeah, he's...
What'd Ferb say?
Well, they're firing up, remember last year, they did the Day for Ben.
Yep.
And we were there live all day. This year, they're doing all of May for Ben.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
Yeah, he's dropping off some promotional stuff, and then we're going to be there for a day in May. Yeah, I'm just trying to sort that out with the guys. But we'll be back at that Popeyes location on the West End for a day here for Ben Stelter. But they're going Ben Stelter month. So he's dropping off some Ben's Day cups to have here around the office, too. So
Mike Stelter posted on Instagram yesterday. It was the 4-year anniversary from Ben skating with the Oilers for practice with Connor in the group, and he had a good picture.
4-year anniversary?
4-year anniversary. Ben with his Oilers jersey on, and then Connor right beside him during a drill. This is a great picture.
O-Town texts in and says, can the fans of this team just shut up about coaching? Do you guys honestly think Connor wants another head coach? You guys are so stupid. Cooper's the longest tenured coach in the league. Is that not something you want to have here? Man, we didn't even talk about coaching yet.
No, we didn't. Although
O-Town, calm down, man. We were talking about how it'd be funny if he called him a bunch of quack Fs in the dressing room, but we haven't really dove into the coaching too much, O-Town.
A lot of John Cooper texts were coming in after game 4 and a little bit yesterday too.
About what? What's your biggest delusional fantasy?
Well, a lot of people said, hey, Cooper's going to be available.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daryl Cates would have to go kidnap him and then pay him like $100 million a year to just remain kidnapped. Coach here. Like, why would that happen? Stop it, people.
I don't know, man.
That's like somebody yesterday who was like, Dusty, do you think the Sharks would trade Celebrini to get McDavid? And I was like, no, of course not. It's Macklin Celebrini.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old and he's under control. What are we doing?
It was funny because during the Olympics, it was flipped. The script was flipped. And people were saying, what do the Sharks have to do to get McDavid? And I read those comments. I was like, whoa.
The answer to that might be patiently wait for 2 years.
Oh, yeah, that could be. But to see it flipped like that, because we're so used to people being like, what's it going to take to get so-and-so to bring him in to play with McDavid? We've seen it over the years. Now you got this young Hart Trophy candidate that the old dog, who isn't that old, people are saying, how do you get him to San Jose? And I was like, ooh, ouch. Anyway.
Max Bazuzu says, O-Town, great one-hit wonder. What was O-Town did have that. What was their big song? O-Town had like a massive song. And you're like, are these guys going to be the next like Backstreet or NSYNC? They had one.
What was their big
That's
jam?
not the one.
All or Nothing.
Feeling on the ride. Think about making my move tonight.
We
That's
Fit
not
Together. So Good Tonight. These Are the Days. Liquid Dreams. The Painter.
Damn.
Chasing After You. Baby I Would. I Showed Her. So Good Night.
Must be All or Nothing. Maybe it's All or Nothing. It seems like the one that pops up the most.
I don't know. O-Town. Let's see. Is that it?
Nah, that's not. I would have. Maybe they didn't have the hit that I was thinking. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't need to spend time on it. It's just a text. Sorry, we got totally distracted. It's your Popeyes spicy headlines. Tommy, does the Dostal thing linger? Are they in his head now?
Well, he hasn't been good the entire series.
Okay. Also a good point.
Yeah.
He also has the stats of now the worst goaltender in the National Hockey League playoffs so far.
Yeah.
There's no way they don't go back to him, though. Husso made a couple of nice saves, but Dostal's their guy. And as Noodle said this morning, Husso's basically the number 3 guy.
Oh, yeah. Who's the other guy?
I don't know. He said because of an injury that Husso wouldn't even be playing. Who's their other guy?
I was looking at that the other day.
I know they had 3 guys who played this year.
The other guy was there. I think they go back to Dostal.
I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Who the hell's
their if you look at it, if he doesn't make that save on McDavid, now this is really painted with a pot. Who is it?
Mrazek. That's right.
Yeah, Mrazek. So, like, if Mrazek doesn't, or Dostal doesn't make that sick toe save on Connor with 5 minutes left in the last game, the Oilers are up 3-2 in the season. Like, he's made some big saves at big times. I think Quenneville would be out of his mind to not go back to him, unless he knows something about his mental makeup and he's a goalie that can get
dial it in.
Or really rattled by the fact that he got yanked 10 minutes into a game when his team had a chance to clinch.
That big toe save, by the way, a lot of people were saying McDavid got slashed on the hands. I don't disagree with. And maybe that impeded him and his ability to tuck it in. But Dostal
if he was trying to get it up, maybe, but
Dostal
he was trying
right
to tuck
there
it the whole time. Yeah.
His pad was right there. I think they probably go. They've been riding with him. Maybe they die with him, or maybe they fly with him. I apologize.
Is that a Duck reference?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Mike from Calgary says, Dusty, you were singing Faded by Soul Decision. That's right. Soul Decision. That was a big one. Thinking about making my move tonight.
What about the one, if you get down on me, I'll get down.
That's B44.
B44.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was B44.
I think you're right.
And LFO did Summer Girls.
That's a great song.
Summer Girls is a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be honest. We can all agree on that.
B44.
I'm pretty sure it was B44.
It is B44.
Yeah.
Remember these jabrones?
Yeah. Yeah. But Get Down was a massive hit.
It was.
I mean, talk about one-hit wonders. Like, that's
That was it.
would be right up
and they
there.
were Canadian too.
Were they really?
Oh yeah.
Those guys were Canadian?
Yeah.
They had
And
this
then-
whole like beach vibe going.
And oh God. Yeah, they were at the Much Music
Of course they were.
festival. And
Probably headlined that thing one year.
baby, did they ever? And then I think two of them became like Buble crooner types.
Rip City Step says they were triplets. Were the B44 guys triplets?
They look very
Is that
similar.
why they were B44?
Look at
Because
them.
there was 3 of them?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, well, yeah, geez. Man, they do
B44.
look exactly the same. I didn't remember those guys looking exactly the
They
same
look
that much.
exactly the same.
They must have had a horrible manager. How do you not make triplets work? Like, come on, man. That's a tough look.
Let's look this up.
That was a massive song, though. Everybody knew that one. I should have made a playoff song out of that one.
Comprised of twins Ryan and Dan Kowarski,
Oh.
along with Ohad Eibender. They were signed to Sony Records. And
The other guy
achieved
wasn't
commercial-
a brother? He just looks exactly like
Just
him?
looked exactly like them.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow.
They later toured as B44 in Germany. And then I believe, Ryan and Dan would become Ryan and Dan.
What do you mean?
Like
Their show names were Ryan and Dan?
Sorry, they became Ryan Dan and were just a two-man
Oh, that's horrible.
duet group.
They just merged their two names together and called themselves Ryan Dan?
That's right.
Man, I wonder why that didn't work.
Odd.
Hey, you're listening.
Operatic
You're
pop.
listening to Tom Dust right here on the Oil Stream today.
And it's me and you being operatic pop stars.
That's awful.
It is.
I mean, part of me wants to listen to that, but I also really
Why?
don't want to listen to that. Well, just to see what what was his name?
Ryan Dan.
Ryan Dan. Ryan Dan. I really wonder what Ryan Dan sounds. Don't go search Ryan. I know
I'm
somebody's
doing
going to
it.
go listen to Ryan Dan right now. They're going to be like, man, Dusty, actually, you know what? Ryan Dan's not that bad.
Ryan Dan.
You guys should start
Bottle
doing
of wine and,
Ryan
your
Dan
wife.
Thursdays on the Nielsen Show.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Like the Sun, 782,000 views on YouTube. They have a song called The Face. They have a song called High.
Are we talking Ryan Dan or
We're talking Ryan Dan.
Nice.
Ryan Dan
good.
have a song called Roads. And they've traded in their pop vests for suits with suspenders.
Haji says they're probably better than Atif Dan. Okay, that's kind of funny. Rip City Step says, I think I'd call you guys Dummy instead of Tom Dust, which I guess would be Dummy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's funny. That's a play on our names,
that's
too.
hurtful, but I understand.
I guess I wasn't smart enough to come up with that.
No.
All right. Let's stick with the Popeye spicy headlines here. Also, did you give Big Uke a timeout on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
What were they saying?
I don't know.
Ugh.
I just felt
I
it was
have to go
him
back
and,
and
him
look
and
at that.
Evan Bouchard were critiquing.
Oh, getting into it together.
Yeah,
Okay.
You get time up.
All right.
I smiled at the camera for like 15 seconds when I did it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. It was
I was too busy reading stuff, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to get into this a little bit. One of the questions on 3 Questions Too Many today was, is there too much embellishment / diving / flopping?
I liked your
in the
theory
NHL
on this
playoffs?
actually. When you
Well, it has to be the reason, doesn't
when
it?
you said you're like with the refs being there was a conversation
So
on
afraid.
the panel,
So afraid.
and I've maintained this. The refs are spooked, and you articulated it well, showing us, by being afraid, they're making the wrong calls when they do, and it looks bad, and it affects the game in the wrong way. It's a vicious cycle.
Well, here's what happened. Like this is essentially what's going on. How often do you see them just call an embellishment?
Never.
So what's the downside to embellishing?
Nothing.
You either you get one and they get one,
Right. You feel shame for
or
two
just they get one because they're not going to call you embellishing.
right.
Like there's a reason that you're seeing it multiple times a game across all of this series. There was one in the Montreal Tampa series. Was it last game when James kind of got hit? Not even a bad eye stick, but a stick came up.
Yep.
He continues to drive towards the net. Then he turns and then he kind of flips his head back, put his hands up, and the stick that got him was like 2 seconds later.
Right.
And the ref didn't put the hand up until he saw his hand go up. And I'm sitting there going, this is ridiculous. So, like for example, like the one where Granlund and Draisaitl both went last night.
Yep.
you see Granlund
Holding
grab his stick
Draisaitl's
and
stick.
then fall down.
That's right.
So call Granlund for embellishment. Oilers go to the power play. You know what happens then? Guys stop embellishing.
Correct.
There's no reason in the NHL right now to not embellish because it's always evened up.
Yep.
Always.
It's
a waste of time.
The way you articulated that, I thought exactly. And I mean,
Gordon Bombay would love this, right? Because he always wanted them to take dives. Get indignant.
Get indignant.
Yeah. The entire NHL playoff branding should be act hurt, get indignant.
Take the fall.
Yeah.
Act hurt, get indignant.
You probably
One
win
more
the Stanley
time.
Cup because they're not going to call it the other way. God, I need an official to grow a set of nuts and just call an embellishment penalty. That'll start to make people stop doing it. You're just allowing it to continue.
Anytime,
It's pathetic.
When refs come up and people be like, oh, they're so against the Oilers, or some nights people are like, or Randy always likes to get in there and poke and be like, oh, if
Who's Randy? A guy in the chat?
Randy's someone who's very contrarian. That's I'd say pretty steady listener, and I think goes back to 1260 as well. But love to poke and love to be like, well, the refs. How about tonight? Oilers fans are going to be happy about the refs tonight. Or Oilers fans, is it always on the like? He's always very contrarian, and sometimes I tolerate it, and other times I'm just like, oh my God, Randy, not tonight.
Watch the Habs Lightning game tonight. It's even worse over there.
So anyway, it just the officiating is bad across the board. Has been for a long time. When people want to bring up the refs, I just say, guys, don't expect much from the officials in any game on any given night because you're going to be disappointed every single game. They're not good, and this embellishment thing that is now an issue and a point of discussion is another example.
Poop Stains texts in and says, you're onto something, Dusty. Is it a penalty or did the guy dive? Which is it? Well, look, there are some times where you can see that, oh, it's a penalty, but it was certainly helped along.
Yeah.
But there are also a lot of times where it's just 90% embellishment and you got to start taking those guys. Like, you have to.
The example of Granlund yesterday, it could have just been a holding the stick penalty on him.
Yeah.
He was literally holding on to Leon Draisaitl's stick.
I need to go back and get another look at the penalty that Savoy drew as well. Like,
Was that the high stick?
No, that was like along the boards by the bench. Did they call it a hook or a trip? But he went down, and then I saw the other angle of it, and I was just like, oh, he went down pretty easy too. Like,
they know.
But this is what you're doing. You're allowing the whole league. And then by not calling just embellishment calls, the officials are technically making it harder on themselves. And this is the first round.
Yeah.
This is the first round. Like, how many embellishment calls do you see in a regular season game? But now you get to the playoffs,
and they're calling
all these matchup embellishments because they're afraid to give teams power plays. So then more guys are going to start embellishing. And then it's just going to get worse and worse. By the time we get to the Stanley Cup Finals, it's going to be a god-awful mess. So I'm pretty fired up about it, I guess. I don't know. The Draisaitl, I know a lot of people are like, what do you guys think of the Draisaitl getting the hit from behind? And we had somebody today say, should have been a 5, could it be a suspension? I thought it should have been a 2. I thought it should have been 2 minutes.
That should have been a penalty.
That should have been 2 minutes.
At minimum. And I know.
There was even the low view on Leon.
And
where, like, here's what, and this is it. This has become gamesmanship. Like, trying to draw penalties has become gamesmanship because he gets hit in the back. It's 2 minutes.
Penalty.
It's got to be 2 minutes. But then he goes down to one knee, and then I think he saw he was close to the boards, and he kind of put his hands up and sort of rolled into the boards.
He crumpled.
Like, you sneaky guy. You're trying to draw. You might as well, because half the officials are too stupid to not call it. But I can't believe they didn't call the 2. The 2, that's got to be 2 minutes.
It was a blatant hit from behind by Kreider. Straight up. Probably didn't feel nice, and I understand why Leon would try to sell it.
He did. From the one view down low in the corner, you're like, oh yeah. The other views, it kind of looked pretty bad, but the one view I saw, it kind of went down to a knee, and I was like, oh, the board.
Now,
good on you, man. You might as well try, I guess.
Among all the attempts at embellishment, that one maybe low level.
He sold it bad. Yeah, he sold it pretty well. He could have sucked somebody in. But to not get 2 anyway.
Sell or no sell, that's a penalty.
Like, the 2's got to be there. It had to have been 2-minute power play. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes the rest of the way in this series, and then obviously the rest of the playoffs if you are watching. But if anybody's watching, I don't get to watch every minute of every game. But if you see somebody get an embellishment penalty, and not another penalty called on it, please tweet at me and let me know, because I'd love to. I mean, I'll celebrate it. I just don't think we're going to be in a world where
we're going to see that
where that happens. Max Mazuzu says the referee was standing right there, watching that Draisaitl penalty and no penalty. No referee was watching the puck cross the goal in that 4 OT game, and that's a good goal.
I still am bewildered by that.
Oh, the playoffs are so back.
Yeah.
The playoffs are so back. Those are your Popeyes spicy headlines. Check out any of the Popeyes locations. 3-piece bone-in chicken coming up in the Ben Stelter month in the month of May. We'll have more details on that probably tomorrow morning on the Nielsen Show. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And let's get to a few more of these text messages. Okay, we talked about Bouch. Okay, what do you think of Ingram last night?
I thought he was razor sharp. Very good performance. Interesting to hear him post-game talking about the strategy with going to Jari for game 4. Listen, he's going to say the right things, but he's like, yeah, they laid out the plan and were communicating it to me, and I'm on board with it. I thought Tristan Jari played a good game, and then, he got his opportunity. He played awesome. I thought, like, you know how we give him that he's a steady hand and he swallows pucks and he anticipates well. Yesterday, he was making like really nice reflex saves. There was a couple of posts that the Ducks had that if one or two of those got in, maybe the game obviously gets a lot tighter. But he looked like he was on top of it, and razor sharp, very encouraging. If he can do that again tomorrow, I think that gives him a great opportunity to win. And then maybe the Jari start was just to throw a wrinkle into the plans of the Ducks, and it almost worked, but not quite. And then they go back to their number one or starter, whatever you want to call him, and he gives them a gem of a performance, or just a really solid performance. So I liked it. Solid, worked out well. More of that, please. Just like Bouchard having an elite level game. If you have Bouchard doing that, Ingram playing the way he did yesterday, I think that increases your chances of winning quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good last night. The rebound thing, we got into it with Noodles a little bit today. Somebody had texted in, Fake Razor Ramon had texted in today and asked us to ask Noodles about Ingram's rebound control.
I couldn't believe Noodles didn't know who Razor Ramon was.
He did. Like, I didn't call him on it, but it sure seemed like he didn't.
He called him by the wrong name when he tried to repeat it.
What did he call him?
Something
Razor Ramon?
Monroe or something like that.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought for sure Noodles would have been a Attitude Era WWF, WWE guy. Anyway, sorry.
Apparently he wasn't. But he did talk about how he's pretty sure Ingram's pads are designed to
blast
those rebounds out, because they do come off there very lively.
They're hot.
I mean, and if you're an Oilers, mostly defensemen, but forwards also, especially in like odd man rush situations when you're rushing back, you just got to be aware, right? You just got to be aware that. And look, when they're coming off those pads that hot, he mentioned Vasilevsky is like the opposite. Vasilevsky would have pads that sort of suck him up a little bit more.
You know who else had that? Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell had which?
He had the old Vaughn style pads that were soft.
Yeah.
And his style didn't mesh well with that type of pad. I remember having that conversation with Joaquin, and Gage was like, yeah, he's using an old style of Vaughn pad that is like softer, and it's giving him trouble.
Well, and the rebounds would be more right around the net,
get buried,
right?
Yeah. Whereas Ingram has the pads that kick him out, and they blast off those pads. At one point, Campbell switched from Vaughn to like Bauer, and then Bryan's. He was experimenting with different pads, and there is a difference between manufacturer and style, that those things will come off hotter or softer depending on what style of pad
that's interesting
and the composition
the whole technology
of
the rebounds off the pads is kind of fun. I'd like to kind of dive into that a little bit further.
I'm going to give Big Uke this one. This is pretty good. Jack Campbell's style didn't mesh well with the goaltender position. Well played.
In general.
Welcome back, Big Uke.
His blocker and catcher were also a problem.
Well, yes.
Not just the pads. Kelly in Drumheller says, guys, what's the advantage to having pads that kick pucks out so hard? You know what, Kelly? I'll say this. Save that for Gager on EST afternoons.
Yeah, that's a good one for
We
Joaquin.
have a former NHL goaltender coming up from 1 until 3 on EST afternoons. Any goalie equipment questions? I mean, Tommy and I can sort of, talk about it, but Gager knows.
Yeah.
So
I like to nerd out about goalie gear, but I don't understand goalie gear, as Dusty said, the way Joaquin does. And he could dive into it.
yeah, I was a goalie, but I played like 6 years in like the 90s.
And things have changed so much.
And now my daughter's a goaltender, and I am like, I thought I knew a lot about goalie equipment. I'm learning a lot about goalie equipment, even at like that younger age. She's only 9, but I'm like, okay, so this is how this works now. Like this is different than when, like when I was a goalie, my chest protector, and like it was literally, I think I had this for like 3 years, maybe even 4 years. I didn't have like one unit. I had like arms.
Oh, the gut pad.
And then I had like a back catcher pad.
Yeah.
Like, and that was it. And that's what I used. And that was so much different back then. Elizabeth's got this thing. She looks like freaking Garth Snow or J.S. Jaguar. Like,
right.
She's taken up a ton of the net in what she's got. But I remember I sold my goalie gear when I was 15 to a buddy who had played like street hockey goalie for a long time and wanted to get into ice hockey goalie. And I said, well, I'm done. I'm just going to play basketball now. I'm going to play out in hockey. I said, I'll sell you my goalie gear. So he was a good buddy, but like not one of my best buddies. So I made a good chunk of money off of him.
Excellent.
So he takes this, and I was wearing this chesty and then the arms.
The gut pad.
I mean, I don't know. That's not what I call. I just call this sort of my chest protector, and then I had my arm piece, and there's two separate pieces. I remember. So I wore it when I was like 10, 11, 12. He was a pretty good big dude. I sold him when he was 15.
No.
Yeah, and he put it on, and I remember I was playing before him in a game, and then he was going out for like the rep team tryouts. I'm watching him as I leave the ring, and he's sitting there, and some of these guys could just hammer the puck, and he's taking him off the chest, and I could tell he's like, oh, it's just killing him, because I was wearing it when I was playing against like 10 and 11 and 12 year olds.
It's a little bit different.
So, and then the best one, like he'd taken so many in the chest. This one kid, his name was Chad. I remember the goalie was Chris, but this guy named Chad who did just a bomb. Stepped into one just inside the blue line, and Gerv, my buddy Gerv, he's standing there and is coming in. I'm watching him, and he didn't want to take the chest again, and he like chickened out, and he turned and took it right in the back, and he's like, ah! And me and the guys are standing there watching it. We looked at each other, we're like, I don't think Gerv's making the rep team. Like, it was a tough look.
Oh no,
that was a tough look,
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Gerv.
Later on, I would date his sister for a while.
Oh no!
Yeah, which was funny because when we were in high school, his sister was like one of the very good-looking girls, and we were always joking about that. But then moved away, and we're at university, and I bumped into her, and I was texting all the boys. I'm like, "Hey, I'm hooking up with Gerv's sister." Like, God, that's savage. I said, "I know, but." Poor guy.
I hope Gerv's out there and he's the CEO of some important company and he's got a beautiful wife and kids and a big home.
Me too, man. I do hope things worked out for Gerv, but I do feel like if he would have bought a better chest protector, his whole life would have been different.
Taking it off the back.
Took it off the back. I've never seen a goalie in the history of hockey see a slapper coming and then turn, and this thing had no back protection. Like nothing.
Yeah,
it was just your bare back. And he just took it, and you could see him. He's like, we're like, God, Gerv, you're a mess. God.
Double dustied.
Yeah, he might. I bet you Gerv doesn't like me anymore. I'm going to throw it out there. This guy, here's a couple. So Gerv played net, right? He was our street hockey goalie for a few years. So we would go pick him up, but we wouldn't have any room in the vehicle, so we'd make him ride in the trunk.
He hates you.
And he's the goalie. He was the goalie, and we needed him. So I'm like, Gerv, we'll come get you, but you got to ride in the trunk. We're totally jammed up. He's like, okay. So we show up, and we'd have like 4 guys in the back of my Taurus, 3 guys in the front, and then we'd open up the trunk, and Gerv would climb in the trunk. Oh, poor guy. And then the worst thing I did to Gerv. Like, I did something even worse.
The worst?
We did the worst to Gerv. So we used to play, street hockey all the time. Yeah. And I have a cousin who's got like cerebral palsy. Okay. And so his one side moves a little bit slower.
Yeah.
So he couldn't keep up with us, so he'd go in net. So he'd play goal.
Nice.
So he was in the one net. Gerv was in the other net.
How is his blocker side?
Weak. He's a beauty. He totally
I'm sorry.
No, he would make those jokes.
I know. Okay.
So anyway, we lose to him. We lose to Matt, and Gerv's in our net. No. And Gerv's laying there after they scored the winner, and he's like spread eagled like this. And he's just laying there. And the ball, it was a tennis ball. It was like 5 feet away at the end between his legs. And he's like this. And I was so pissed. I turned around, I walked up, and I just hammered it and hit him right in the nuts. So yeah, Gerv probably doesn't like me.
Why would he like you?
But I liked Gerv. I got along with Gerv.
I bet you did. You just totally abused and destroyed him as a human being.
But we always brought him out. He was always with us.
Mentally and physically, you destroyed him.
I think Gerv turned out okay.
I hope so. Gerv, if you're out there, I hope you're well, buddy.
His sister said he was doing well.
After this was pillow talk?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, boy. Oh, poor Gerv.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Gerv, if you ever watch this.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I will say he must like me because when I would go back to town after I moved away for university, he would be like, hey, we're playing Tuesday night hockey in Marysville. You should come up. So I'd come up and I swear to God, he was still wearing the same stuff.
Oh, no.
In men's just like dropping. I was like, Gerv, you got to get yourself a new chest protector, man. Like,
easy, Gerv can't have kids now.
I don't know. I love the chat being like, justice for Gerv. Oh, he was a funny guy. Actually, you know what?
Cheeks are hurting.
You know what? Quick side note on the Gerv story.
Please.
So, see, even when I went back, we were still picking him up. Like we were in our early 20s. I'd be like, hey, Gerv, I'll come get you.
Yeah, that's cool.
So my cousin had been married to a girl and they got divorced.
Okay.
And Gerv's like, yeah, come pick me up. We always just talk about this. Gerv would be like, yeah, come pick me up. I'll be waiting. So
No.
I go to his place. I knock on the door and I swear to God, my cousin's ex was living with Gerv.
No
Yeah,
way.
I didn't even know it. I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you doing here? And I didn't even know, like, I wasn't close with my cousin. I didn't even know they got divorced.
Oh, wow.
I said, what are you doing here? She goes, oh, I'm dating Chris. I was like, oh, so you're not married to my cousin Mark anymore.
Holy
She's like, no. And then Gerv comes down and goes, hey, Dusty, you ready to go? I was like, yeah, let's go, man. Let's rock and roll.
He doesn't talk like that.
He talked a little bit like that.
He has an underlisp.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What you're suggesting is he does.
Gerv's a legend. Let's just be honest.
So what would he say to you?
Hey, Dusty, ready to go now?
No, you're laughing. That's why.
I can't do it now.
I think he has a bit of a speech impediment that you are now highlighting.
Duck Dad over in the chat says, insert Steve Buscemi putting on lipstick gif. Hey, yeah, well, I would hope that after I've kind of aired this out, Gerv crossed me off the list of guys he wants to kill.
What the hell is happening?
No, Troll says, did you eventually let Gerv ride in a seat with a seatbelt? Yes. I mean, if it wasn't a jam-packed vehicle, Gerv could ride shotgun with me. Like, it's just, if we would already have everybody picked up. He lived a little bit further out of town. He would usually be the last guy we picked up. I didn't have room. We needed a goalie. He'd ride in the trunk. We keep his equipment up front.
Stop it.
Don't want him to be jammed in the trunk with his equipment. That's not nice.
Stop.
Anyway, this was
Holy smokes.
We all had stories like this, right?
I don't think so.
You know, the worst thing about Gerv's sister is that there's a lot of stuff that went down, but
Holy smokes.
in like a week, she went from dating me to dating my roommate,
Oh boy.
who also grew up with Gerv.
Does she have the same lisp that he
No. She was
Okay.
A-okay.
She was
But yeah.
very nice.
And the weird thing is like myself and my roommate Jeremy, we didn't care. I was just like, I said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going over to Gerv's place to watch a movie. I said, wait, I was going over to Gerv's place to watch a movie like last week. What's going on here? So, yeah.
Gerv.
Anyway, shout out Gerv.
What up, Gerv?
Yeah, you're a beauty, buddy.
You didn't deserve all of that. Maybe some of it, but not all of it.
Genuinely, he was a pretty nice guy.
He sounds like he's a great guy.
Played soccer. Good kid. I consider him one of my friends back then.
But not an elevated
I haven't stayed in touch with him. I didn't look him up when I went back for the 20-year reunion. I'm not even on Facebook. I guess I'm not even on Facebook with Gerv.
Don't,
so he
don't
probably
do
doesn't.
Facebook.
He doesn't like me. See, Kevin Van Dossler says we all had a Gerv. Yeah, right?
Gerv is lawyering up.
Gerv's lawyering up. Anyway, it was
holy crap.
It was fun.
Dude, my cheeks are killing me.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Gerv was a goalie. Ingram played well last night.
He played really well.
Let's bring it
goalie
back around.
Gear,
Get back
Joaquin.
on track. Tommy, I can't even. I mean, it's going to be hard to regroup for this rest of this. Do they have to play as physical as they did in the first 10 minutes last night to come back and win this series?
Okay. I like that you ask it that way. And that was a great talking point on the morning show as well. It was pointed out that I think the actual hits favored the Ducks eventually, I believe, without going back to the game stats from last night. Maybe not so much like physical hitting and all that, but aggressive. And if that means finishing a check, you finish a check. But you play hard. And like Belzy said last night on the post-game show, you make sure you win every puck race, and then you make sure you win every puck battle. You could see that the Oilers were going into those situations with good intent, ferociousness, if you will, for a certain period, a point of that game. Maybe it died off in the latter half, but I think the aggressiveness needs to be there. It doesn't have to be straight up hits.
No, you got to be hard on pucks.
Be aggressive. Be very, very aggressive. Impose your will on the Ducks the way they kind of had done to you in Game 4 and parts of Game 3. And I think the aggressiveness is the key, and with that should come some physical play. But it doesn't mean, chase a hit, but put yourself out of position. It means you play aggressive, you play hard, and if there's an opportunity to finish off a guy with a hit, you do it. I like that.
I mean, in Game 1, it was similar. I mean, I thought they were physical in Game 1. Right,
so on top of
the two games that I thought, even you mentioned the Ducks maybe coming out with more, but especially when they were setting the tone early, like it's not just blowing guys up, but it's like getting after it, making things difficult for them. And if they can, I don't know if it's going to be, hey man, the Oilers are up 3-0 again, 10 minutes in because they've been aggressive to start this game. I actually would be pretty surprised if that's the case. Sure. I think Game 6 is going to be like tight. One bounce ends up being the difference in the series. Is either going 7 or it's done. Like
tomorrow could be the under hits, and it might be a 6.5 under. Like that. That's just how it could be.
Just through the motions, and nobody wants to screw up, and just
like you said, tight.
Play it tight. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably the way it would go. So once again, they need to be hard on it. Nuge with Hyman and Podkolzin, kind of out of nowhere, but my God, it
was
really
all
worked
right
early. I mean, that was the reason they were up.
Yep. And then they went, quasi-nuclear with McDavid, Draisaitl, and Kapanen, which I didn't mind. I thought Dickinson, for a guy that's been so banged up, man, I'm appreciating him more and more. The battle that he has, and he had Roslovic and Savoy with him, and I know they didn't play a ton, but even that line I thought was decent. And then Szymanski, Lazar, and Doc. I thought Doc, even though he was aggressive and tried to be physical, I thought he had a bit of a tough night at times. But I liked Lazar. I thought Szymanski was good. Didn't take a stupid penalty. Almost did on the one where Mintyukov took the penalty. And then he went in and kind of knocked them over. I was like, oh, don't get rid of a power play opportunity for you guys. And they didn't call anything. So there's a lot to like there. And they totally threw up a smoke screen. The game within the game, like a morning skate, and then even through warm up, and then they had they always print out the lineup sheets and email them to the media and stuff. And what you saw on the lineup sheet was completely different than what they actually used.
Even on the lineup sheet, I guess. That's right. Yeah.
So that was
gamesmanship. Sneaky boys.
It was sneaky boys, and it worked. Good. This is the time to do it. Your back's against the wall. Your season's over if you lose. Pull out every stop to stay alive. And they did it. They give themselves a chance to fight tomorrow. Do it again. But I like those combinations. They worked. The bottom line is they worked.
Big Hugh over in the chat says, Dry and McDavid both being banged up, playing together works as neither guy can get double teamed. The Ducks have to play them differently than when they're apart. And I mean, I know Leon's been consistently producing through the playoffs, but Tommy, he looks more banged up than McDavid in my mind.
Again, yeah,
Like he's
absolutely.
going through something. And we know he was out, and we know it was lucky that he was able to come back. But like when you watch them both, not that like first of all, Leon's never moved better than Connor. I get it, but
No, true.
to me, it looks like he's laboring more than Connor is on the ice right now.
Well, even prior the last week of the regular season, when Leon was practicing, the fans, and rightly so, said, he's coming back. He's going to play game 1. And it was looking more and more like that. The Thursday where they played Vancouver to wrap up the season, I was talking to some guys, the organization, and I was like, so like it really looked like we just watched Leon practice the other day. He's skating, all that stuff. And I'm like, guys, it looks like he's playing. And they kind of rolled their eyes. And one of them said, like, he shouldn't be playing for some more time. Like, if it was up to, if you wanted it to heal the right way or whatever, basically the line was, he shouldn't be playing for a little while longer with the severity of the injury he's dealing with. And then someone else piped up and they go, but he's pretty persuasive, and what he wants, he usually gets. And if he says he's good to go, he's good to go. And then sure enough, 4 or 5 days later, started the series, who's in the lineup.
Yeah.
So
he's still finding a way to produce, even though something's definitely not right.
Exactly. The injury he suffered takes more time than he had to recover to fully heal. So he's not there yet physically, but he's given everything he can. And like you said, it's noticeable that he's not, quote unquote, normal.
Like there's not
Leon.
a lot of top gear
there. And
with Leon
so it
right now.
shouldn't,
Yeah.
I guess the point I'm getting at is it shouldn't be a surprise that it visually looks like he's not his usual self because of the type of injury he suffered.
The Oilers have scored the first goal in every single game of this series so far. Would be absolutely massive to do it on the road in Anaheim and silence the crowd a little bit. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they're a young team. It's also a fan base that hasn't been around this in a little while. They're going to start to get nervous, and you'll probably take them out of the game a little bit early in Game 6 if you can do it as well. So, Game 6, where are you going to be? You get back to Hudson's on. That'll be fun. Hudson's on White.
Buddy, join us on White Avenue. Everybody, open invite. They have great game day specials. And Connor and the crew, they're awesome as well. Different vibe than Ice House, different vibe than a BP Clairview or a BP 170th, and in a good way. All of those places are awesome. The patio there is second to none.
It'll be perfect tomorrow.
Exactly. I think we're supposed to be around 20, if not above it. The patio tomorrow in the afternoon into the evening is going to be phenomenal. So the vibe will be high, especially if the Oilers can provide another win. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster. Come celebrate and watch with all your friends at Hudson's White. Belsy and I are going to be there. Hopefully some nasties will show up, and they usually do.
Do you know if it's karaoke night or not right after? Is that a different day?
The karaoke thing, I know there was Wing Wednesday. Sometimes they would do karaoke. Sometimes they would do music trivia.
This is playoffs time now.
I'd have to ask Connor.
It's going to be a party on a Thursday night.
And they crank the karaoke. I think it's going to be a party.
It'll be a party on a Thursday night.
The other thing, too, like when the bay doors are closed, when it's cold outside.
Yeah. Those bay doors should be open.
They'll be open. So the sound gets caught, and it gets caught on the mic. It should be better audio conditions tomorrow, too.
Saskatoon Muncher, num 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 num, texts in and says, you guys hear Nobby's comments after the game about Pod Colson? A lot of the guys fight to play with him. That says so much. Well, that's what happens when you're an automatic top 6 guy, right, Tommy?
He's played like a top 6 guy in this series, that's for sure. But pretty good for a top 9 guy.
He is a top 6 guy.
You know what? I'll say this. The way he plays, his commitment, and the payoff that we're seeing on the ice is definitely something to be admired. And if there was a guy that could contribute offensively, you could trust with the puck, you could trust defensively, and if you get into a jam on the ice, he's going to come try to beat the guy that you're fighting with up. I'd want to play with him too.
And they got him for less than $3 million.
That's
Bowman's tidiest piece of work.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't pay Frederick, you could have another Pod Colson. Zach, what's coming up on EST Afternoons, buddy?
Well, we got a loaded show on tap. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, live 1 to 3 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, EST Afternoons, Monday through Friday. We'll get into the big Oilers win. What else happened in the NHL last night? Maybe talk some CFL as well, and tee up the action tonight in the NHL. Hernan's World. Hernan's Noticias. Screw it, let's do it. Parlay and Preston Hodgkinson from Daily Hive Edmonton.
Lots on the go.
Did you have a chocolate bar? Like, do you need a napkin?
Did I? Do I?
don't know.
I
What's
got
that?
a little dirt on my upper lip
Your
here.
upper lip. What is that?
Yeah, it's what they call a mustache, I think.
Whatever you say, Gerv.
Oh, wow.
I love you, Zach.
Wow. All-time stories.
I had to end this. I thought it was good timing. All right, Zach is going to be here for the rest of the afternoon. We got EST afternoon from 1 until 3. Reed Wilkins show from 3 until 6 today. For Tommy Gazzola, I'm Dustin Nielsen. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning on the Nielsen Show.
Justice
Take it
for
easy.
Gerv.